Hello, everybody. Welcome to another fantastic match. Five-digit European Cup, France versus Denmark. These two teams are both 2-1 in the Swiss stage, and they're right next to each other. So we're gonna be seeing. I'm not sure if this match has any implications for whether someone is going to move on or not, but all I know is that the winner is going to be definitely moving on to the next stage. Now, France has been a very interesting team, mostly because we've really seen a lot of just Punkisteria basically doing Punkisteria things. They've played every single map, averaged 825,000 points. So they're the player to watch on France right now, and you really have to wonder if Denmark has a plan, if they have any secret bans or secret picks in mind. But that is not to say that Denmark is going to simply roll over. They've already won two maps, or not two maps. They've already won two matches against Austria and Finland. Meanwhile, France is coming in fresh off a win versus Belgium and Luxembourg, and an earlier win against Finland. Sweden is their sole loss, but then again, Sweden is top of the table, 3-0. I'm Jingyuan, and this is Guardian, aka Lefarel. And we'll be in the booth for you today. Lefarel, what are we going to be looking at today?
Well, this is a spicy one. France against Denmark. I don't think we've seen this matchup for like 200 years, have we? Yeah, this is seed number 4. France again fighting for 2-2 in the Swiss stage here, as well as Denmark, who bounced back after their win against, or after their loss against Czechia in the first round of Swiss. They, like you said, like they swept Finland the previous round, very confident going into this next match. But I mean, we got another pool right for the Swiss stage, and with a new pool comes a higher SR, and when the SR gets higher, the opponents also get more difficult. And I mean, France is about to show Denmark exactly what it's like to go up against a top 4 seed in this tournament, one of the heaviest hitters in Europe.
Yeah, and especially with this week's pool, especially if you guys haven't had a chance to see it yet, it definitely does lean more on the tapping mechanic side. So I kind of wonder if that has any sort of leaning towards one team or the other in your eyes.
I mean, if we're talking like scaling, then yeah, I could definitely see France outscaling most of Denmark's players. But I mean, Denmark's been showing up so far with their core. I mean, Lachin and Basic looked really strong against Austria and Finland. I mean, Lachin, so in general, has been their best player, and the best in the matches as well. I think he's been top match touches in every single match they played so far. That man is a beast in the lobby. So we'll see what he can do against Punkisteria here to just cancel him out, you know?
I mean, against a team like that, you really just have to hope that Punkisteria is just going to do what they do, right? But yeah. I think that if you're Denmark, you have to remember that a team is made up of 4 players, right? And they're going, okay, first of all, Nomon 2 ban out of France, Hard Rock 1 ban out of Denmark, and DT1 is going to be the first pick. Just a nice little bit of consistency. I mean, you've probably seen many maps like this in many pools across many tournaments.
Yeah, well, it's Snow Halation full version. I think it's 10.3. The aim is very fast on this one. We're scaling it up to 260 BPM now. No more baby steps for the DT pool. And it starts with this DT1 AR. Yeah, AR, it is AR 10.3. And well, it's also very long. I think it's about 3 minutes almost after DT. So you also have to be very consistent. There. Yeah, also watch out for the key eyes in this one. I mean, it's an anime song. You're gonna get a lot of downtime, but at the same time, the key eyes are exponentially harder with when you go through these pulls on the one slots, especially on this DT1. Probably standard, but I mean, it's very fast.
Yeah, I mean, this is I would say that this is probably among France's bread and butter. I think you've seen pretty good performances out of them so far on those DT1s, but that isn't to say that Denmark doesn't have something that might that doesn't say that Denmark can't pull off a good performance, because this is one of those maps where I think that the skill cap isn't too high. It's very consistency focused. So, you know, you aren't necessarily going to be outscaled if you're Denmark here. It's just really a matter of managing those nerves and not letting the moment dictate what you're doing, and rather, taking control of the moment. But, France is like, France has 2 wins for a reason, and we're gonna get right into it. And we do see just a little bit of an early drop from Denmark, or early ag drop from Denmark's side, but it's quite a long map. Early miss from Enfant Maldi though.
Ooh, it might play into the hands of Denmark for the first pick here. It's looking good, but accuracy check. Got lots of drops from Perrin and Lochin as well. Bertel's down at 95 as well. Actually, it's not looking for the accuracy, but let's see if they can shake off their first map nerves. France locked in for this start of the map. Does have a drop on Heroes, but it's a trade by Bertel. Now favors France for just a bit, but not anymore though. That's a three-way miss from France, and only one response from Denmark. Pandaguin, I think that's a tapping specialist on the DT. He does go down, but still 2 FCs for Denmark, and now they flip the score back very, very fast. Right at the start of this map, Denmark showing their teeth against one of Europe's powerhouses here, right on the start on DT1.
Yeah, and it goes to show that sometimes all you need is a little bit of consistency. They get a little break to see that they're in a strong position. Already just about to crest 1,000,000 points. A miss from Bartel is okay. A miss from Pandaguin is okay if you're a Denmark fan. Right now, you're just hoping Perrin and Lothgen stay right where they are at. France is not in a position to take advantage of it. The miss from Puris is not getting any closer. Another miss from Enfant Maldi, and it looks like this might be the start of a early break point for Denmark.
Ooh, France. This is not the France we see on DT1s usually. Funky Hysteria is breaking a lot. First members playing playing a big part in this one, actually. I feel like Funky Hysteria, you cannot see him miss a lot on anything, really. This is like the lowest DT1 score he's had on the past couple of weeks. But I mean, we're scaling higher, right?
Yeah, just a reminder, Punky has averaged 890k points.
Yeah, that's going down right now.
Yeah, to drop to like 400 maybe, or 400, 500, that is a crazy turn of events. Perrin finally finds a miss, but with 400k, I don't know if there's anywhere near enough time or anywhere near enough consistency. This final Ki, there's not a lot of combo in this map. There's mostly jumps. You're not gonna find a lot of that huge streak of you're not gonna find a huge burst that's just gonna give you like 100 combo. Yeah, Lochin just trying to close it out.
Funky Hysteria, who that's what Lochin's saying right now. He's still going for the FC. Hits the ending, and the first one to close out an FC in this match will not be Funky Hysteria. It is Lochin, everybody. See what I was saying earlier? This man is a beast.
As we all expected, Lothgen, the solo carry. Well, not really the solo carry. Perrin put in a fantastic performance. But as everyone expected, Lothgen with the only full combo in the lobby, the only one reasonably close to a full combo. The only next person reasonably close to a full combo is Perrin right behind him. And DT1 goes to Denmark. And they left Hidden 2 open. They left Hidden 2 open, and we have seen Denmark pick that.
We've also seen France lose the Hidden 2, right?
Yeah, but usually France is the one that bans Hidden 2 from what we've seen. They banned it versus Finland, they banned it versus Belgium and Luxembourg. So I wouldn't be surprised if they're slightly less confident, and this is one of the less, I would say, readable Hidden 2s as well. Like, you can't necessarily just brute force it with your reading skill. This is one where you have to have practice. So I'm kind of surprised they left it open if they didn't practice it. So maybe it isn't necessarily as wide of a gulf as I'm making it out to be. But you never know. Their match strategy is interesting, banning that Nomad 2 instead.
Yeah, I guess they don't want to deal with the speed. I mean, that's what Denmark is going for Next, DT3 is up on the table. See what France gonna do. Maybe slice it up. Take the break point back towards them because they're gonna need it. You don't want to be up, want to be down 0-2 against Denmark when they, again, they, like you said, they also have hidden to open. They could make that 3-1 very, very quickly. Maybe even 4-0.
Very quickly. But I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if we see a bounce back map from Punkasteria, because it feels like this map is definitely something that you can just groove to. You know, you can just get in the zone. It's like those old gore shit breakcore maps, you know, where it has the breakcore flow, the breakcore patterns, a little bit of finger control here and there, like maybe like 1 7-note stream, but it's really it is really just a lot of those short bursts into sliders that I don't actually see it that often these days, I feel like. And is Punky, I guess Punky is probably just warming up. I would be very surprised if the perma lobby is not in the lobby. Oh no,
So-
it looks like Punky is out.
Charging him up. Put him back in the workshop. Get his gear fixed for the next map because France is gonna need it. But
so that
looks
is-
like they have 4 more.
Yeah,
For
so
the
that is the
next map.
first. I believe that's the first map that Punky is not playing for France. You have to imagine that he's probably warming up something else. Probably their next pick.
Gotta be like a hard rock or something next because France, those look very strong on those, but let's see what they can do against the DT3 here against Denmark. I'm actually surprised Penguin's not playing this for Denmark. It's like it's basic stuff. Lachin and Bertel, those two at the bottom stay. Delph breaks right at the start, but it was well, it's right at the start.
Right at the start, not really much reason for concern unless the other team full combos it. And I think that at 186 BPM, this is definitely playable for most people. And as you see right now, we get right into the first ki where we see those space triples. We're gonna see that repeated a lot through this map. And most players, double break on the side of France, and now it's 2 versus 2. Stealth, though, with a supporting combo, is going to bite into that score gap, but it is a nibble only. A miss from Basic. That vertical stream only claims 2 combos, and I think those were people that already missed. But Stealth's act is kind of letting them down just a little bit, because that score gap is going to take a while to crawl over. We still have half the map left. Lots of space for France to make a mistake, but same on the Denmark side. Score gap's shrinking though.
It's going down slowly. Stealth might have low accuracy, but he does have the supporting combo advantage. Basics matching the breaks on France. 200 on Enfa and 370 on Raiden being cancelled out. It's going down. Gonna flip very, very soon here. Enfa breaks, now makes it even faster. Now Denmark has the full driver's seat here at the last quarter of the map. It's still FC to 2, but the supporting combo Denmark is looking much better. But there goes Lajin. The FC gone for Denmark. And now it's Bertel against 2. Fayar and Juchu taking the wheel for France, and they bring it back from 15,000 against, or 50,000 against Denmark, and now to almost 200k, and they made that score lead very, very big, very fast. France is not playing around. Breakpoint back towards them on the DT3. This stream map basically kind of unfading them, but it's actually still a double. It's still a double FC for France. Fayar breaks, but Juju holds on to at the end. They have the 2 mil on 2 players, and it's 3.4 million team score for France with a massive score lead. Denmark is definitely gonna be scared into picking DT for the rest of this match.
And who would have thought that after the first map goes their way, we see a double we see a double FC coming out of France, staying resilient in the face of that gut punch of that first map, immediately picking it right again. They had them on the ropes. They had a really good chance there. But unfortunately for Denmark, they just could not hold their nerve, and France will pick, I think, the boss of the pool, Hard Rock 2.
Yeah, this is think a lot of people definitely say that this is the hardest map in the pool. This is all tech with lots of sliders, lots of reverse sliders that are really really long. You could miss on those so easily on the 6.5 CS. It is very short though. I think this is the second shortest map in the pool, or is it the shortest?
If it isn't the shortest, it's very close. It's I think DT3 or DT2, sorry, is shorter. Because
Oh yeah, it is.
DT2 is like a minute 16, and this is a minute 42. So we're probably gonna see Punky come back in. I would be surprised if they aren't.
Might be unprepared.
This is-
He's not here.
No, I think on the side of Denmark, this might be one of those maps where you probably just say, all right, it's a minute 42. We can try to combo game it, but this might be a case where you're just flat out outscaled by the difficulty.
See, I mean, it seems like the roster likes it. We're still waiting for a Punky Stereo appearance in the lobby. They could run Fair here as well, but I mean, why would you not run Punky Stereo? That's the question. There he is,
I know
finally.
they are.
Appears in the
He's
spotlight.
back. They probably were warming up the Hard Rock too, because it is so difficult that even if you are a highly skilled player like Punky, it isn't. I wouldn't say that it's easy to be consistent on this, just because of the small
Oh,
CS, and there's like a couple of patterns that are just really just crazy. Like I think it's like the double-ish patterns that you kind of have to like stop start. It's kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, the cuts on this are so difficult. I mean, we're gonna see lots of breaks. I mean, we saw C ranks in the previous match, right? I think it was Benelux against Austria, and I mean that just shows how difficult this map is. Punky Star already breaks. Seems to be adjusting to the lobby experience for now. France is losing their combo on this map. It's very short, right? It's 1 minute 40.
Very
They're gonna
short,
lose the score lead.
very short. But by the same token, it's not easy to maintain any sort of combo.
Oh.
And I think that was 6 full. Oh no, HRS was just a Bancho miss, but 3 breaks on the side of Denmark, and that first double pattern claims them, drags them under the sea, and they can go mining, but unfortunately the fatigue from the Guardian will stop them from making any progress. And Punky, Hires, and Jocho will be the ones to try to stand strong, a bulwark against this Dane team. And it looks like with a third of the map left, it's gonna take a huge monumental effort from Denmark here.
Very strong three-way hold here from France, Punky Star, and Juchu. Initial breaks, but they're now the ones holding. Everyone else goes down. Juchu is there though. Old man Juchu, ever so reliable, bringing the score lead even higher. 400,000 score lead now, and Denmark cannot do anything about it. You can see who's winning based on the accuracy even. Like Denmark's down by about 8% for all their players. Meanwhile, France sitting at 96, 97 for Punky Stare at the top there. Yours is at 94, and France finishes this off with 500,000 score lead on the back of that 700,000 from Juchu.
Juchu proving that Punky is not the only force on the France's side. And honestly, who would have expected that Punky Stereo is not in the top 2 on their team? Now this is a really hard map, so you can definitely forgive them, and that is also an S rank. But definitely, if Punky was regular Punky right now, I think the score gaps would just be larger.
And the fact that he's underperforming though it just shows how good Punky Stereo is, but also the fact that, if he's in a bad day right now, that's a good sign for Denmark. They go back into the DT2, not scared from that DT3. Looks like we're gonna see the second shortest map into this, which is the shortest map, right next to each other for this match.
Yeah,
DT2.
The shortest match, and the shortest map, and you're really hoping that you don't play for 5 minutes and suddenly you're down 2 points, right?
Oh yeah.
This is definitely one of those picks where even if you're confident, it could go either way just because of how short the map is. And also, was it just me, or is this artist like basically always in DT2?
I feel like maybe always on Dash 45 now.
Yeah, I feel like it's always a Dash 45 song that's just it's low BPM.
Oh.
It's low BPM. You can put double time on it, and you get a speed map, right? Like it's just
Yeah.
it's just perfect. But we see the old man taking a break, eating some lunch at the retirement home. Raiden coming in, and Jukas coming in for Lost John. So basically the same roster, though. Basically the same roster.
Taking a match seat, their captain, letting these four take the wheel on this DT2. It's very short. He'll be back. Probably be back in right after this minute. But Denmark, they want to stay alive in this match, keep it competitive. DT2 is gonna have to be their win. Looks like we're seeing some breaks come out already, and I mean it's actually gonna be detrimental because this map is so short. Accuracy, watch out for that as well. Chukas, no Lochin for this one. Chukas has 77%. That is the highest by far in the team.
Yeah, Raiden with that accuracy though is going to be an anchor. Punky with another miss though, with the first of the match, but Basic trades it right away. That will keep it on the side of France, and already halfway through. Not a lot of room for error, and Punky is already back against the wall.
This is not what he usually looks like. Oh, that's not what France really looks like. It's another double break from France. That boy is going to go back slowly towards Denmark. Oh, in front to hold off the rest of the Denmark team. It's Basic. Shoots against two monkeys there. Now has the recovery, the accuracy starting to come to play in Denmark. They had higher accuracy here, like about 5%. They would have this going already. But France is holding on. Fine monkeys there. Yeah, not budging on this DPD. Chukas goes down in the ending, and oh my god, France just made that scrolling from 20k to like 200,000 points. And well,
you were a little bit. I think you went through a tunnel or something the entire second half of the map, unfortunately. But we got the point. It was another map that Denmark kind of lets slip through their fingers. Honestly, it looked like they had a shot, and then a couple of more crucial misses out of Denmark just proved to be just a little bit too much. And France is the one picking Hidden 2.
Okay, they want some low AR.
The thing is, this isn't just low AR. This is low AR with this is low AR where you have to practice it, because there's plenty of stacks in this map, and not just the regular stacks, 1-2 triple whatever. There's some stacks where it's 1-2 where you have to have played it and really understand and know the rhythm. Otherwise, you're either going to drop back or you're going to over tap and miss. And with these players, I mean, you assume that if they pick it, they've practiced it, but it's just unusual because I feel like France almost always just bans that Hidden 2.
Yeah, I mean, last time they left it open, right? But I think it was against Sweden. They lost that by 1 million points, if I remember correctly. Denmark could very well do the same here, but I mean, France with their hidden roster, it would be my title come in for this Hidden 2. This series says they will finish off their 4th health, and Lochin and Chukas pick up the 4 for Denmark. And let's see. Very quick.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna expect a good performance out of Denmark, I think, here, but from France, I think that it's a big question mark, just because we haven't really had a chance to see them beyond that one match with Sweden. So we'll have to see if this pick is going to be the one that puts them at match point, or if Denmark crawls closer with a break point here, all to play for on this Hidden 2. And this map, it starts fairly simple, at least in terms of reading maps. Just a few overlaps here and there. And we see an early miss from Fayar, which is not really what you want to see, because if you're missing early in a reading map, it usually means that you don't know the map that well. Now, Fayar with a 93% act is kind of showing that, but Mealy with an SS, by the way, looks calm, composed, and practiced. Lothjon does trade it back, and that will throw the score gap right back over to France as Lothjan twirls their cursor just a little bit. Another miss from Tukas now, and suddenly France will take an early galloping lead. Finding diamond before iron here right now, and Punk Hysteria, Melee, and Mikado will be the ones to try and get them to the end. Punk Hysteria does drop a little bit of act, but there's not much of a response from Denmark. One full combo left from Stealth, and basic Lothjan and Chukis finding some awkward misses. This is not what we expected, to say the least. These overlaps are something that you would kind of expect the reading core of Denmark to be able to practice and be very competent on. But it seems like this pick from France has thrown them all out of sorts. A miss from Skjelf misreads the full overlap, and now France with a triple full combo in the driver's seat, not looking back. A chain miss on the side of Lothjan. Mikado misses, still 2 full combos on the side of France. And this is going about as badly as you could imagine for Denmark. The bursts start coming in, and Denmark suddenly drops more combo. What is happening?
Denmark's not looking like their old selves right now. They're 400,000 down, unhitted 2 out of all the maps. Louis D and Punk Hysteria hitting hard on this one. And Lothjan is really nowhere to be seen. He's at 94%, I think lowest score on his team right now. Not what you would usually see. Punk Hysteria finally goes down. But I mean, it's the hidden superstar for France on the FC to keep this score lead even bigger than it already is. And well, that's match point for France taken very confidently with a lot more like hard rock technical options for them to pick into next. Denmark's gonna have to fight for their lives here.
Yeah, back against the wall, France putting themselves on that match point with the hidden 2, styling on them, picking your map and beating you black and bloody. 500,000 points as we reach the outro of this map. No chance of a comeback here, at least on this map. And you have to wonder just what happened. This is 2.3 million is definitely a beatable score, I believe, for the Denmark team, and it just looked like they did not have the reps on this map to be able to perform.
Yeah, they struggled a lot. You see 300k, less than 300k for Lothjan. Basic tried to make something work there. 1 miss, very, very clean score. But I mean, what are you gonna do against a 500k score lead when your whole team kind of, I feel like, underperformed a lot? You see 8 misses on Tukas and 96 for Stealth. Definitely could have done better, but I'm not sure if we keep this pool for next round, do we?
We do. The rest of Swiss is played on this pool, so this is, I think, yeah, round 4 and 5 will be played on the week 3 pools. So we'll probably see Denmark get better at this map as it goes on, because they'll have more time But for the right now, I mean, what do you pick? Fremont 2, maybe? It isn't necessarily something that's super open. I would say maybe Nomad 5, possibly. It's Nomad 1.
Okay.
So this is the most. Can I say that this is like kind of an imposter Nomad 1? Can I? Is that controversial to say? It does feel like this Nomad 1, plenty of bursts for sure, some kick sliders, but it definitely feels a lot more hybrid than the aim that you're used to in this Nomad 1. So, well, you won't see the regular people that normally play Nomad 1. It's going to be those people that have some tapping in their toolkit.
Yeah, this is the one kind of. It's not as weird as the previous one, like from last week. It's not CS 2.4, but it's a bit awkward, somewhat. I guess you could say it's mixed aim, because in the PI sections, you have the more normal, big spacing jumps, but then you go straight back into like the more like 1-2-1-2 awkward aim in the middle, and you also have these weird like bursts, right? I feel like you gotta watch out for the bursts more because they come out of nowhere all across the map.
I think it's the choruses that have the drops, or not the drops, but the choruses that have the bursts.
Yeah.
So it's not completely out of nowhere, but it definitely feels very surprising because, I mean, you hear the song, you see the top diff name, and you say, oh, it's probably another aim slop map, and then you play it, and then there's just some burst in the middle that just look like they put it in for fun. So we'll have to see, can Denmark extend the match living through the burst, or will this be the beginning of their journey's end against France?
3 minutes 10 seconds to prove that they can punch harder than their weight class. France on match point, they're confident. But is Denmark going to bounce back just like against after the Czechia match? We got a miss. Sorry, that's a Bancho.
Yeah, Bancho and basic, but Perrin was real.
Oh, that's a real, yeah, that is a real one. It's not coming back anytime soon. Give it a couple minutes to sell it in. But looks like accuracy is actually looking really nice for Denmark. Devin Estes and Bertel, 99 Lachin and 97 of Perrin. Not going to be that far down on the accuracy this time, but France is looking comfortable. Juchu 99, as well as Hiras and Mikado. Punky Steria is the lowest act at 98.7, and with another break from Perrin, it's clear that, I mean, Denmark's gonna be down for the first couple sections of this map. Juchu does go down though, that makes it a little bit better, but here comes the burst that we were talking about before this map. No other breaks so far. It's Perrin with another trade, but it's Juchu and Perrin the only break so far in this map, and it's tree against tree. But the big jumps, the big jumps finally come into play. Mikado gets caught out by them. And Hiras, wait just a moment here. Hiras making it tree with another break from Juchu. Now it's Punky Steria against the rest of Denmark.
Punky Steria versus the world, and the world in this case is 3 full combos on the side of Denmark. We've seen this story before, but Punky Steria refuses to turn the page, finds a miss, and now Denmark in a dominant position with half the map left. They looked like they were down and out, but they have found some resolve on this map. There's still plenty of time left though. They have a nice build-up section to build up that score buffer. 300,000 points, a break to get through. You see it. You know this match can go on. You just have to clasp it. And they have a third of the map to do so. They can feel it. They can feel the pressure building. They know there is one more Ki. And they know that after this next break, it is do or die. And the bursts come in, and Punky Steria is the first one to blink. Hiras tosses it away to Bertel on the side of Denmark. That's fine. They have 2 left. But Basic and Lockgen have to close it out. 600,000 seems like more than enough. Mikado trying to seal it, putting a nail in their own coffin. And Basic finally finds a miss, but Lockgen, the one who started it for Denmark, is going to be the one to keep the flame burning, to keep their hopes alive, and to find that past Journey's End, they will live on for one more map.
Lachin still on the FC, started this match off with 1, but he will not end with 1. Looks like we still have more maps to go. Denmark keep themselves alive against France, but now they're gonna have to go against one more pick before they can go further forward. Let's see what France picks here to end this match. What are we thinking here?
Not to end this match, to possibly end this match, we should say. But I mean, there's so many things that you can choose here. I mean, Nomad 5 is the first one that jumps out, the kind of very technical map. If they've practiced it, I can see it. I don't know about any of the free mods though, because I think free mod 1 might be a little bit advantage towards. I mean, okay, there is also Hidden 1 as well, but that one's kind of strange, and it's kind of like Nomad 1, which you just lost on. So I'd be surprised if they picked it. But if I had to bet on something, it would probably be Nomad 5, the rhythmic map. the one where if they've prepared it, you pick it, right?
Yeah.
But it looks like they're having some thoughts here. It looks like this is not so simple of a choice.
Yeah, they don't want to be they don't want to play risky here. Denmark definitely still has some strength left in them. We saw that in the Nomad 1. Gotta be careful on the hidden one as well. It's kind of aimey. And I mean, free mod 1, free mod 2. You're looking at speed, risky for France again, and the low AR for Denmark. And yep, there it is. You were right. Nomad 5 comes out for France. They want the rhythm aim control in the Nomad pool.
Yeah, and actually that consideration may very well have just been them warming up the map, giving them some time to practice the map. I cannot promise that will not be the last joke that we're gonna make about the map. This one is definitely interesting by Bob. It's when you play it's fairly easy to keep combo on the map, but there's these very awkward. I think they're 1/3 rhythms where you go into it from a 1/4 pattern, or sorry, a 1/4 rhythm, and then you immediately have to transition into the 1/3 rhythm. So it's fairly easy to keep combo on the map, but I think you might drop some accuracy on the pattern, right? So you definitely have to be very careful and very locked in. Even if you practice, it's so easy.
Yeah, the accuracy for this one, gotta watch out for that. Their density is also really hard on this, but I mean, Denmark's really good with their low AR. It's not that low, it's AR9, but with how crazy this map gets with its rhythm, it may as well be AR8 with how dense it can be.
Yeah, and one last comment before we hop in. It is a shorter map too, so any miss might be punishing. But the thing is that this map is a very consistent difficulty. There is no free combo here. I mean, there's a little bit at the end, but that's at the end. There's no free combo. So if you start missing, you're probably going to start missing throughout most of the map. Just got a little bit of an intro section.
Ooh, who thought of this?
I didn't even realize that one. I'm just making jokes. I'm just making jokes without even thinking about it.
Let's see what the map has in store for the players. Maybe the last one for Denmark in their 2-2. They got one more life in Swiss after this, but they can get into the higher bracket. That would be very nice. But against France, this wall is so rock solid. Took us first one to miss. Punky's we've been hearing that name miss a lot in this match so far. That is not looking good.
Yeah, the backpack has a hole in it, but fortunately for France, they went to Jansport and found a few more. Millie, Fair, and Mikado finding combo, and suddenly Lostgen is the one to miss. The one that we have seen carry the torch for France and Perrin now. The last one is Stealth trying to hide, trying to stay undercover and keep their chances alive, but they need so much help from the French. And if you know anything about the French, they are not keen on giving up a lead. And right now, it is looking like they are taking it to the bank and even further. 3 full combos, a strong recovery from Punkysteria, 1 full combo from Stealth. They're trying, they're really trying, but there's a quarter of the map left, and I don't know if there's anything left in the tank for Denmark.
This is clean from France. I like this 3-way full hold from them. Mikado finally goes down, but it's the Punkysteria as well on the recovery. Tukas goes down, and I mean, even with Stealth's near FC there, finally breaks as well, and that is salt in the wounds. 600,000 score lead, and they make it almost to 3 million. Wait, could they actually make it a 3 million team score here?
Oh, they just might. Enough. There's a little bit more. There's 3 million.
Oh my god.
And the map ends with the win for France. In style, 3 million, 2-way full combo. Denmark tried their best, staged the beginnings of a comeback, But you know what they say, it wouldn't be David versus Goliath if David always won. Goliath proving to be the strong one on this day. 5-2.
No Rocket Head this time for Goliath. France proving they are still one of the heavy hitters in Europe. They move on to the next stage, which is, I think they're 2-2 right now. And I think actually, do they qualify?
I'm not quite sure. But I do want to say that this is a very good sign for France, because even if Punkysteria was having their carry just having an off day, their supporting cast really showed up. Strong performance by Joe, Fire, Raiden, Millie. All those players put up fantastic performances on a variety of maps. Like they didn't just play mechanics. They played like Hidden 2. They played that Nomad 5 to near perfection. It was a team effort all around, and I think that if this team is starting to fire on all cylinders as they scale, oof, the other countries have got something to look out for. Thank you. So yes, they did qualify. I believe, is it Denmark then that has one more chance? Or sorry, two more chances? Okay, one more. So last chance for Denmark next big. France puts themselves into the next stage. Congratulations, France. Denmark, unfortunately, will have to play the last chance match. But you have anything more to say, Pharrell?
Well, I mean, you know what the French say when they say goodbye, right? Au revoir.
Adieu, au revoir, c'est fini, bonne
Oh, yeah.
chance, Denmark. And
Good luck.
bon chance to everyone. Bon chance to everyone. Thank you for watching. I was Jingyuan.
I'm Left for Eye. We'll see you in another couple, 20 minutes for the next match. Thank you for watching.